Fuck. And then I'm going to go to the banners, brand.
Well, Bird was from
Do a little,
1988. Gosh, I didn't realize it was
little
that old.
countdown here, boys. Whoa! Here we are. Look at that.
Whoops.
Lauren Kirchner, Chris Super Hollywood Spinelli, Jay Comic Master Flash Hewlett, and special guest. And when I say special, we mean special guest Gene
Jealous.
Franklin May of the Damage Control Comedy Crew.
There you go. I'm
Here
here.
we are.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
Jay Comic Master.
Oh, hold on.
There you go.
Yes.
I'm here.
And so we're gonna start off with this little something called "I was voted most likely to."
Yeah, go for it.
I was voted most likely to take a leak in the stream yard.
Wait, where'd our names go? Oh, you're doing the controlling.
Oh.
That's
So you the
Jay.
controlling. I have no control. Okay.
Well, my name is Chris, and I was voted most likely to be a Karen, but only as a guy.
Oh, just so you know that the guy's version of Karen is Chad.
Oh, thank you.
So you're voted most likely to be Chad.
Ah, I'm glad that's not my real name then.
A Chad.
It's just my middle name.
My name is Lauren, and I was voted most likely to swipe left on myself.
My name is Gene, and I was voted most likely to get eaten by a tiger. That means
Be careful. We got a long show.
Or a possum. Opossum.
yes, or a possum.
So if you don't know Gene from last week, we're lucky to have him. He's an expert on streaming, as a matter of fact, and also producing his own video streaming shows, Up All Night, in conjunction with Rhonda Shear. And he knows a lot about podcasting. So if you have questions for Gene, we're going to talk to him first about sketch comedy, how he comes up with ideas from inception to conception, and then he's going to talk about some of his projects.
Conception? We don't need any.
Yes. Inception, which is a terrible movie.
Is that
Yeah.
Is that Catholic conception? Wait,
Yeah,
what?
Their ideas are
that's
conceived and
actually
inseminated.
that's where a lot of humor comes from. Catholic school. Oh,
Yeah.
if you notice, a lot of comedians are either Jewish or Catholic because you have to deal with the pain. It's just like, how do I escape this horseshit? Gotta make
Right
up
on.
my own world.
The pain.
Yep.
Yeah, Stephen Colbert comes to mind.
How'd you,
Colbert has my birthday, by the way.
we talked
What's
a little
that?
bit about your writing, but how do you come up with the ideas?
Well, a lot of times, I mean, I like to observe people,
Mhm.
out in the wild and see weird things. And I think some of the genesis of the comedy or the sketches, come from like overthinking things. Like, you go to a restaurant and you sit down and then there's like plastic seafood on the walls and netting. And you're like, well, who the fuck's job is it to make plastic seafood? So, then you're like, okay, there's a plastic seafood sketch here somewhere. There's just so many weird things that people do or must do to create these weird things that we see. So any weird thing that you see, there's some poor person that either has to make or do what that is. So, there's the guy that his job is to paint the lines in the road, or just think of anything. Like I was like last week, I was, and also I listened to a lot of
Gene, you
radio,
froze. There you go.
and the worse the show is, the better it is. Something happened.
Yeah, you're done freezing over there. But well, while you're thawing out,
You guys
We got-
disappeared for a minute.
we
Hi,
got,
Jamie. Hi,
I know.
Jamie.
we
Jamie,
got all kinds of people here today.
There was some post like a while back where some guy was at the zoo and his job was to like put his hands up elephants' butts, like to clean like
Yeah.
poop or something like that.
It's a good job
Well, it
to
was
go to
like-
every day.
well, so it was like when I was listening to community radio, they had the dolphin masturbator on there, the person that literally
Oh yeah.
ejaculates the dolphin so that they can inseminate the other dolphin. So somebody has that job.
That's a
And
good
here's the
work
thing,
ethic.
if you think about it, somebody applied for that job.
Yeah.
Hey, can you imagine that interview? Oh, guys,
Right.
man, I have jacked off a mackerel. I've jacked off a bear. You name an animal, and I've
Impressive.
jacked it off. I've jacked it
Impressive
off.
resume.
As
Yes,
the rest
and
of
then-
as the rest of the world like us spends time in corporate America doing spreadsheets.
yes, and this person's just, got a long history of beating off animals or whatever it is. And how did you get that experience? Oh, well, I went to tech school. I mean, the possibilities are endless of how you get this job. And then that final interview, and then there's like, other people going for this job, and they have experience, right? And so you're in there trying to, be the best you can to get that job jerking off a dolphin.
I have a funny kind of Gene masturbation story.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
James,
So,
we don't need to hear this.
well, no, I just heard about it indirectly.
Indirectly, okay.
We had a cat, a Mancoon. He's a huge cat, and he was a cool cat. He was Chicken Bone. I called him Chicken Bone. He might have been Chicken Wing, but
That was my cat, yeah.
he got very sick. He was walking around like as Gene would say, like he had a corn cob up his rear end. So Gene, in his very deductive logic, said, "I think I need to take him to the vet." So he took him to the vet, and after a few minutes, a nurse comes out, and she says, "He's got crystals in his penis, and they've hardened." And she says, "So you have a choice that you can rub them out, Gene, you can rub the crystals out, or I'll do it." The tech, she said, "I'll do it, but that'll be $1,500." And Gene said, "Who do I make the check out to?"
Right. That's right.
Text
True
me
story.
also.
Yeah, so
So if you're all just tuning in right now, you might
that
want to
was
rewind a little bit.
$1,500 happy ending.
Yeah.
Yes. My
Hey.
cat.
Yep. Better to pay that.
Recently, Gene
The
is
lady was like, I just got fired from my dolphin gig.
Will Reed's watching, by the way, you guys. Remember he took a break for a while? He's back.
Okay.
So,
He's
Will.
Oh.
Remember Will, my old boss? Like,
Right.
hi. So he's
Um,
watching. Make it funny.
back. So other than that, I'll write when I have insomnia in the bed, and
Mhm.
you can be inspired by people watching or a song. You can be
King
inspired
Corona
by a
at Ybor
song
City.
or what's that?
King Corona and Ybor City, great people watching.
Yeah, and then I like to kind of futurize too things like kind of like like a lot of the things that we wrote. I think I said last week, like they actually came true. So then you start to futurize, like
Oh, did you
currently I like,
manifest?
I like to
Manifest.
futurize AI. How's AI going to play out really, like in weird scenarios, like the AI barista or the AI stand-up comic is not going to be funny at all. He's just going to be like, I'm going to murder you all. Ha, ha, ha. I mean, it's just not going to be funny, right?
Right.
How's the AI comic gonna do that? How's it gonna work?
And does the AI comic have to bring at least 10 people to get stage time?
Yeah, exactly.
Brings in 10 AI guys.
He's got to bring 10,
right.
10 AI, you know, and then
Then we'll give you 2 minutes. Yeah. I know.
Gene is
weird.
Gene is
You know,
expanded.
and then is the AI going to get angry? Are there going to be AI?
Gene's expanded his
Oh,
comedy
there you are.
into animation as well, and
yeah.
working with
That's right.
working with some famous people, the Blair Witch Project guys. So
That's right.
gonna show you-
We introduced Gene to people that maybe didn't watch last week. So he's a amazing sketch artist and editor.
Right.
So can you reintroduce him because we have new people watching right
yeah,
now?
Gene. Well, Gene, tell a little about yourself. He's a writer,
So-
producer.
We'll
So
say
Jay is in our
I don't know if we can.
so
change-
Jay's in our sketch group Damage Control as with me, and so you know we grew up listening to. I think a lot of us did. We grew up watching early SNL, SCTV, Kids in the Hall. I
Yeah.
had my
All
National
great
Lampoon records on vinyl. Did you listen to the National Lampoon records with Bill Murray and Brian Dole Murray? And I mean, all the SNL people were on those National Lampoon records. Paul Schaefer was on them before SNL even hit. And so you had
Right.
Christopher Guest. Christopher Guest was doing Mr. Rogers. You had Bill Murray was the host of the failing radio station that all of it was based around. And then I'm trying to think. John Belushi was on there. Chevy Chase was on random.
Right.
National
They
Lampoon
had a magazine or a publication as well too.
Yes.
National
Got a publication.
Lampoon. Yeah.
And I sent in a story, a submission, and
cool.
it was titled The Nostril King. And it was amazingly weird and fantastic. And at the end, the guy swallows his own nose. And I remember like thinking, okay, this is fucking hysterical. I'm sending this in. I actually got a letter back that basically said, wow, that was weird, but no. And I saved my Yes, and I saved my SNL rejection letter. I saved that one. And then one of our sketches became popular and won something. So the creators of the Smallville TV show wrote us a little note and sent that saying, wow, I enjoyed your sketch. It was awesome. You won, but there's no money involved. So
Good times.
You won something.
that was it.
Did you guys put any stuff together? Like
Yeah, we did. I was just going to say he kind of morphed into animation, but among his other skills, he's basically a streaming expert. He does all kinds of events streaming for groups and corporations, and he makes his own. He makes commercials for clients. And recently, Gene has gotten into animation, and he's created this sizzle reel for a potential show. I think one of the people interviewed is from the Blair Witch Project, but this is called
Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop, click, 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 down through the chimney with good Saint Nick.
Who set this up? Is my agent under the desk right now?
I would just like the audience to imagine that there's someone on their knees underneath your desk, Kringle. Ha ha ha! It's said that the Blair Witch Project started the found footage genre. Tell us about the last interesting thing you found in your pants.
Well,
Hey, Gringo, what are you doing Valentine's Day?
Nothing.
What about St. Patty's Day?
Nothing.
Arbor Day?
I'm going to sit in a chair with my pants off and read the mail. Dan, have you seen the Kardashians? It's crazy.
yeah, you're not sure if they're naughty or nice anymore, right?
It depends on the night, Dan, and if Mrs. Claus is home, if you know what I mean.
Steve, isn't that guy from Jackass?
Yes, I think it is, but I don't believe that's who's been making the deposits in his yard. Or unless he is, maybe it's Jackass 5.
Rudy can make some deposits in that yard.
He sure can, and they're magical. Oh! Frosty, stop interrupting Santa during his interviews. that fun to say, everybody? Sapienza.
Ha! Sapienza.
Sapienza.
Al Sapienza.
Sapenza.
Soprano Sapienza. Sapenza.
I was hot tubbing with your agent earlier, and he was telling me some of the things you've died in. Very interesting. What is your favorite thing that you've died in?
Yes, I died in Top Cat. I got run over by a steamroller. I died in The Sopranos. I died in Sacrifice, which is on BET Plus right now.
Ask me what I'm doing. Ask me what I'm doing. Hey, why don't you guys ask me what I'm doing?
Frosty, what are you doing?
Ah, nothing. Shut your pie hole, fat boy.
I died in so much stuff. I died in Suits. Nobody dies in Suits. You know, they're all lawyers.
Space Ghost.
Space Ghost! Space Ghost!
Space Ghost.
Space Ghost!
Space Ghost.
Space Ghost! Rhonda, this has been excellent. Is there anything else you'd like to add to this conversation?
We went to a furniture store, and then somehow we opened a door and we were on Mars, and it was like the weirdest thing. But I mean, and it wasn't like a dream sound. It was like we were really on Mars, and we really just went in there to buy a couch.
I use shapewear to contain my dark soul. I find it like an extra set of skin that protects me, but also shields the world from my emotional carnage.
If someone gifted you a set of magical dwarves, what would you name them?
Brr, freezing, chili, wood.
Okay, moving on.
Rhonda? Rhonda?
In May.
Yeah, yes, that was Rhonda. Very, very random
Oh, wow.
stuff. So
Very random.
if you've seen Space Ghost Coast to Coast,
Yeah.
it's kind of an updated version of that with Santa Claus hosting his own late night show. And so a lot of times what we do is we ask the person a question, but then that's not the question that Santa asked them in edit.
Right.
So I asked Rhonda, okay, what materials would you use for construction? And of course, when we get back to edit, we're like, how can we make this sound really stupid? What would you name the seven dwarves? So she's wood, glass, metal, whatever.
Yeah.
You ask people questions and then you switch it up and edit to make them look even more dumber than they are, right?
Right. It's a great medium with the animation, then you have the real the
Yeah.
interview footage and stuff. So it's cool. I like that.
Does anybody have any questions for Gene? I just saw the banner come over.
Yeah.
If you have questions,
And, yeah, who's gonna be one of your future guests on that?
Oh, Jay Hewlett.
Oh.
Jay Hewlett has been
Oh.
interviewed. Yes.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
wait till he sees the questions that Santa really asks.
and Jay's available now.
Yeah,
Yes.
he is.
It's available for all
Yes.
sorts of parties, bar mitzvahs.
Jay's is
Penis crystals.
Yes.
Dolphin jobs.
Yes.
solving elephant jobs.
Who does make the plastic seafood? I want to know. There's
Maybe
a
someone will
plastic
write
seafood
in.
factory somewhere. There's
Jay, you got
plastic
yourself
seafood
some like free time jobs at the zoo.
And there's a guy in a bar going, well, you know what I do for a living? I make plastic seafood. And I make millions making plastic seafood. I will make a mackerel out of plastic. I will make a crawfish out of plastic. I will make a lobster out of plastic. I'll make a sailfish. That's a huge order.
Yeah.
That's a huge order. He's got the Red Lobster like account, and he's like so
Yeah,
happy.
there you go. You're set
Well,
if you have
he's
that.
a
And
frequent-
then
he's a
he's
frequent
making plastic dolphins and sending them as a joke to the jack-off person.
Yeah.
Poor Jay.
Oh my, yes. Gene
Is there a
is
plastic elephant?
There's got to be a plastic elephant somewhere. Somebody.
yeah, I know Ace is watching, and just give a shout out to Ace. He had
Ace is supposed to come down to our show to the
I
See
saw
Your
that you
Mexican
guys did a
Sky.
show with you did a show with Ace the other night. I like that.
yeah, so Ace does a very very nice thing for the homeless. He does cans for comedy. So I participated this past Monday night, and Mr. Gene was nice enough to donate about a dozen cans of garbanzo beans.
Oh,
So there's going to be homeless
Garbanzo
farming
beans.
all over South Tampa.
so who eats garbanzo beans?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know
nobody.
why
That's
you got all
what I've donated.
Yeah.
Those garbanzo beans, I swear, have been in my cabinet since the pandemic started.
Yes.
Good to have supply.
So the people
I
that
don't
are
know
getting-
why there's so many
do it.
garbanzo beans.
What am I gonna do with garbanzo? You can make hummus. You can
Yeah.
maybe.
I don't know
make
what
hummus.
you do with them. You put them in a salad or something? I don't know what you do.
Yeah, but you can also
they're-
mush them up and make hummus.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're nutritious, right?
Sure.
Right, sure.
Sure it is.
So, but once you have them, he also introduced me to Dr. Bo's colon cleansing. So after that,
Yeah.
we
Oh,
had
Jay
to
was
go
home the whole
to
next day in the toilet.
yes, we had to go to Dr. Rose.
Did you fart back there?
What?
You know, cut one, squeeze the cheese, the old 2-bun salute.
Yeah, I guess I did.
It's okay, everybody rips one now and then. Do you remember that meeting last year with the guys from Japan?
Sure.
I was cutting them left and right.
I didn't notice anything wrong. In fact, it smelled like fish and roses.
Yeah, well, the fish was the Japs, the roses was my ass.
Wow, how'd you get your ass to smell so good?
Well, I use these. Check them out, Bobby.
Dr. Rose's flatulence fragrance pants? Where'd you get these?
I got those at a truck stop, but you can get them in any flower shop or drugstore. Here, check this out. Smell this.
Peanut butter. Wow, how does it work?
It's simple. Just place one of Dr. Rose's flatulence fragrance pads in your underwear using the patented adhesive backing, and you're ready for a day of farting your way to freshness. Now, it may sound like you've crapped your pants, but it will smell like a country breeze.
Golly gee whiz, that's lemony fresh.
Yeah, one of over 50 different scents. So what do you think?
You know, with my upset stomach and tendency toward meat in my diet, I think I'll put these through a workout.
Hey, buddy, looks like things have picked up.
You bet.
So the pads are working for you?
You kidding? Take a listen.
Wow, it sounded like someone shit themselves. But it smells like jasmine.
Ah, the sweet smell of success, Bobby.
Dr. Rose's flatulence fragrance pads in 52 refreshing scents, including new raspberry and pina colada. With Dr. Rose, the gas you pass becomes freshness that lasts.
Oh,
What did we just watch? What did we just watch?
Jasmine.
What the hell did we
Jasmine.
just watch?
Sadly, that exists now. So
So
really
yeah, so at the
exists.
time you did it, it didn't exist. Like you
it
said,
did
you
not
did the
exist. And then
futuristic-
Poopery came out, and then it does exist now. There is fragrant underpants.
Is that a real?
Or-
Honestly, Gene, that's like a real thing.
It is a real thing now. Yeah, when we wrote that in 1996 or whenever the hell it was. When did we write
It
that, Jay?
didn't
Probably
exist.
2003, maybe.
It
Ask,
wasn't
ask
invented
Jay
yet.
what I get him every year for his birthday.
That's why that's why I don't know if I want to write this AI sketch because it's coming true.
Yeah.
That's
now they got Lauren. That's why Lauren gives me poopery every year.
give him poopery, but every time I give it to him, he's like, I haven't used it from the last year, so
Yes.
I don't. I'm no more.
Yeah, if you live by yourself, I mean, are you really care what? Yeah. Now,
Yeah, because you stink.
How about Jay? You should play the pecker pointer.
I don't have it queued up.
You
But
don't
I-
have it queued up. You put it in there.
No,
You have to have it.
You
queued up.
didn't put it in there.
Yeah.
no, I have to be next show.
Gene, walk around the corner and show him how to do it.
All right.
Gene
Oh, show us
and
how to do the
Mayor
pecker.
at the same house. Gene, can you walk around the corner?
Yeah.
I really want to see that now.
Now I want
Well,
to.
Now you got to load up the pecker pointer, Jay.
you gotta have some for next show. So we
Well,
you
wait,
got
Jay,
plenty
what
for
do you
next
have? Jay,
We're
what
gonna
do
You
you
have
have endless amounts of comedy.
We're gonna have Gene in a third show in a
Yes.
row then for Gene.
but
Yeah,
what
the
we
one
do,
you can't
we
the one
do
you can't
have-
play is the job interview because it's too politically incorrect.
yeah,
Oh, I love the job interview. Do you have that one?
not tonight.
Jay's
But
hold, he has it. He's just
we
holding
do
it.
have this commercial interlude.
Hi, I'm Zach Markovitz of Markovitz, Makowitz, Sakovitz, Bondanovich, Johnson, Johnson, and Walker. Have you ever been the victim of an auto accident or suffered severe emotional distress from a defective product? Has this ever happened to you? Hey, how you doing? Or how about this? If any of these things have happened to you, you need to call me, Zach Markovitz, because I'll make your case. And remember, if you don't have a case, we'll make one up. Fabrication is our business. We tip the scales of justice in your favor. Call today.
Now, that was made before suing the president was popular, too.
Yeah, right. So the future
It
came
was.
true then.
See, it all came true.
That's
Oh,
right.
so terrible.
Yes. So, highbrow humor.
Yeah.
We got
Yes.
Boys in the Hall. It's kind of like Boys in the Hall.
The whole
Boys
eyebrow
in the
humor.
Hall.
Nobody, no, we only the three of us. Not even Gene understands eyebrow humor.
Good times.
Yes.
Anybody have
Good times.
You got more questions for Mr. G?
Yeah, let's see.
Whatever you
Well, I
want.
think we were going to cover like what's the best equipment you use to record your podcasts, or if you do
very good.
your own comedy albums, that type of thing.
Yeah, so
I
a
know
lot of
that
people-
stuff is always changing.
Yeah, so a lot of people there. I mean, there's a mic. I think you guys might know. It's called the Yeti. That's probably a really good mic. The Yeti is a really good mic to use for a podcast. I would also like.
Yeah.
What's it? You have a
What's
Yeti?
Can you dumb it down as far as what a Yeti is?
A Yeti. It's a Yeti mic. So if you go to Amazon and you type in Yeti microphone, it'll come up.
Okay.
So there's a blue Yeti and then there's a full size Yeti. So for podcasts, those are really good.
What makes it good? Is it the quality of the sound, or?
Yeah, I think it's just ease of use. Like you just plug it into your USB. You don't have to tweak anything. It keeps it's a super cardioid microphone, if anybody knows what that means, right? So a cardioid is a heart-shaped pattern. So it picks up immediately what's in front of it, but not what's behind it. So you don't have any extra noise in the background, right?
Sure.
So it's just all you. It's all you coming through.
Got
So those
it.
are good for podcasts. I recommend too, like if you're going to do either some self-taping, or like say you're going up to do stand-up comedy and you have a tripod and you set your tripod up in the back of the room.
Right.
I do recommend highly you can get a used Lumix, either a used Lumix GH3 or GH4, probably for about, I'd say $500.
Who just
record
posted
in
that?
4K. What's that?
That's amazing. Somebody just
You can
posted.
record in 4K, and then also you can buy a little Rode microphone or a knockoff that plugs
Those are
right
what I
into
like.
it that you can clip on
Okay.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Cool.
Rode mics.
So
Rode mics-
usually the worst thing about taping yourself in a club is they're really crappy lighting. So I don't
Horrible.
know. Yeah, it's always horrible. It's always like overhead lighting. It makes you look dark, and
Yeah.
but at
There's
least with
There's
the,
a club out here in LA called Flappers, and they used to be like, "Oh, do you want a tape to your set?" And you're like, "Yeah." And then you pay them $30, and then you get the tape back, and the sound sucks, the light sucks. They spell your name wrong, like
yeah, it's not good.
yeah,
it's not
and it's
good.
horrible. But
And it's really not.
I did that. Yeah.
It's really not that difficult. Like I produced Jay's album, I produced Carol Montgomery's album, I produced Helen Keeney's album, Steve Sabo, if you know who that guy is, I produced his album. It's really not that difficult. You want to get clean audio from the stage, but you also want to get, you got to get the crowd, you got to get the wild. So you take a
Right.
feed from the mixer, and hopefully it's not got a buzz coming through it. Then
Yeah.
you do a shotgun on the crowd, and then your roadie just clipped to your belt, and then you should be able to mix that and make a decent album. But even just having the roadie clipped to your belt, it's like a little square roadie microphone.
Right.
So if you look up roadie, RODE, Rode, some people call it Rode lavalier microphone.
microphone, yeah.
That's so easy to plug in, and you clip it on your belt. You can either use the lavalier pin, or you can just use the little fuzzy part and just clip the whole thing on your belt, and it'll pick up you, and it will pick up the audio
as he freezes.
Pretty easily. And
Hey,
the
where are
thing
the
is,
comments coming? These
if anybody
comments,
uses like
the comment says, "Where do I sell my comedy album?" But how do we know
where do you
who's saying?
sell your comedy album?
Where do I
Did you
sell
type
my?
that, Jen?
No, I just see the comment on the
Okay.
screen, but I don't know who.
Okay, I don't see
it
any
is.
comments. Anyway, but what basically, if you want to sell your comedy album, I would recommend DistroKid or CD Baby for servicing your stuff to all the digital platforms. So if you go through CD Baby or if you go through DistroKid and you sign up, and when we did it with our albums, I think it was only like $35, and then you pay an additional
Who
fee.
wrote this comment? I don't know.
What's
where
that?
that's- I don't know who wrote that comment. It's on
That was me.
screen.
I just asked the
that was
question because
Jay.
I already know
Jay
the
did.
answer, CD Baby. So
So CD Baby or DistroKid is where I would go, and then you upload your tracks, and then you sign up for the digital service, and it goes to Spotify, it goes to every single MP3 streaming thing, it goes to Amazon.
Wow.
You can download all our albums on Amazon, or you can even buy a physical copy.
So Ace just said I use Smart Monix mics and DistroKid. So
Yeah, DistroKid is the guy. He's the guy that started CD Baby, and DistroKid is very good. I have not used Smart Monix, but they're all similar services. And then also, I like get on the phone. Like I actually physically mailed a copy of Jay's CD to XM Radio.
Okay.
Back
that
when
was a
people
long
actually took CDs and they played the crap out of one of your things on
that's
XM for a while.
yeah, two of the albums I had were kind of serendipitously given to the production manager. So Gene, and then
Oh, he just killed a mosquito.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
and then
Thank you.
then
I love
Or was that a tiger?
Boston.
And I bought this stupid mosquito lamp earlier, and it killed nothing. I plugged it in; it's supposed to kill all the mosquitoes. And the mosquitoes
I'm
are
gonna
just like.
I'm gonna actually send you guys a
"Oh,
link of the best mosquito freaking capture ever.
Right, and then the other thing I think you want to do is you want to sign up for once you get your albums loaded up. Which, by the way, I got a funny story. So I think we played the "Shave Your Balls for Jesus" song last show, and the kids got a hold of that on YouTube. I had to take the album down off of every platform that album was posted on. Pain in the ass. And then so it not only was that song, but all the other songs too. So, but which was a little bit of revenue. For a long time there, I was getting some nice checks. I think James P. Conley makes a pretty good living because he is constantly publishing that stuff. But if you want to know if your songs are being played, you want to sign up for a service called Sound Exchange.
Oh, okay.
And they will keep track of every single play of every track of every album that you have. It was created a lot for black artists that were getting ripped off. Motown and whatnot, they had basically sold their souls to these record producers, and they weren't getting the money back on the residuals. So Sound Exchange tracks it now, and you get this whole readout spreadsheet and a nice little fat check. So
yes, you do. Our checks aren't so fat, but yours were. You got like a $2,000 check, right?
I did.
Wow.
So one of the things that were
Jay.
yeah, it was the pickup lines, my pickup lines.
So Jay, when you said you have at least 2 albums. Are they just completely different materials? I know one of them has songs.
Yeah, okay, I think
we
we have actually 5 albums, and they're so what we did. Did you listen to the National Lampoon record when it came out, like the one with Bill Murray? So Bill Murray, the National Lampoon record that we kind of like based the style off of. So it's basically Bill Murray. He's probably 17 years old when he made that.
Wow.
And he's pretending that he's working for a failing community radio station, and he's asking for money. And so as he's asking for money, there's sketches in between what he's doing or fake commercials or whatever it is.
Right. That's cool.
Oh, Gene.
He's not on the same Ethernet I am.
Oh, hold on. So that's what we did. So we have WSUK, which basically means we suck. And Martin is the DJ, and he's constantly asking for money. And, you know, we're promoting all these horrible local events that you've seen, you know, like a Native American festival with funnel cakes or Growloween or whatever. And we have all these horrible characters. So we did the first one we figured, okay, let's capitalize on Christmas, right? So we capitalize on Christmas, and it's him, and he's hosting the thing. And then inside the studio, we have these we do this silent, we do a silent nude version of A Christmas Carol on the radio, which is absolutely stupid because it's the radio. But you can hear as he's describing it, he has to do a play-by-play because they're all deaf people. And this deaf group of artists is on the radio doing a silent nude version of A Christmas Carol, and he's got to describe it play by play. So that's one of my favorite sketches because it's so weird. And he's like, okay, the guy playing Scrooge is not well endowed, and he's got nipple piercings. So I like that one. But then we make fun of Santa Claus, and then he make commercials. One of the things that was actually a real thing in Florida, believe it or not, is I got a call one day for a job, and the guy's like, "Oh, I'm part of the Kris Kringle's Merry Militia," and I'm like, "Wait, what? Merry Militia, dude?" Okay, so he's like, "So I want you to go to the hospital and." One of the guys got laid up and he's in the hospital and we want to go cheer him up. So we're going to dress up in our Santa Claus camo outfits. And this is real. I'm like, okay, only in Florida is Santa Claus marching in a parade in camouflage with a gun. And he's literally multiple Santa Clauses. And so this is a thing. And I'm like, holy shit. So I was like, we have to make a sketch about that. It's so stupid. And so, so we did this whole sketch about, you can come and learn to tase people, and Santa Claus will take the kids, and teach them self-defense. And it's a real thing, though. But every Christmas, Santa Claus comes downtown and dressed up in camos, and it's a whole troop of Santa Clauses, like a militia.
Well, speaking of idiots in the news. We've got some.
Good evening. This is the UAN News, and I'm Casey Cunningham with my partner,
Biff Bartholomew. Thanks for joining us. Magician David Copperfield coughed 3 times today, and a rabbit shot out his rectum. Is it you? Or are we starting with the whole David Copperfield?
He goes.
Give me a minute, please. Okay. Good evening. I'm Casey. Good evening. I'm Casey Cunningham with the UA. Let me break that out. Here we go. Set and ready to go. I'm gonna fucking kill him.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
You gotta make love to the camera.
Which is more than I can say for your wife.
Floating clouds. The iCloud.
Okay. Good evening. I'm Casey Cunningham with the UAN News.
And I'm Biff Bartholomew.
Did I? Dead air. Good evening. I'm Casey Cunningham with the UAN News, and here's my
Here's my what? Can we say that on here?
So you'll bring it up, then you do.
I'll open to you, back to me, and then
Right.
we're done. And then we do yours.
Okay.
Stand by. And stand up, Miss Cunningham, straight.
Jesus, you know, if you had tits like mine, you'd be fucking scouching too, you asswipe.
If I had tits like yours, I'd be home playing with them. Is what I'd do. Edit that out. Edit that out.
3, 2, 1.
Is it me?
Cunningham.
Just work the camera. Stupid human son of a.
All right, we're rolling.
Good evening. Welcome to UAN News. I'm Biff Bartholomew.
And I'm Casey Cunningham.
You sure? You sounded hesitant. All right, go. Try this again. My goodness, the manners. You ready? Go.
3, 2, 1. Do that peanut butter line and
Flopping money.
2, 1.
Open and then pitch to you, and you say, "I'm Casey Cunningham with the top story," and then it'll come back to me for the follow. All right. Deadline. Gotta get this done.
Okay. All right. I guess somebody's been using his ass for other things.
Wait, what are we doing? What are we doing?
You want to do a night?
Close up. Not that close. The local political race is heating up. Literally, both mayoral.
Both governors.
Both governor candidates. Okay. Political race is heating up. Literally, both governor candidates were on a boat today to try to get more people to fish when the boats burst into flame and their breasts enlarged. We don't know what happened, but they floated away and were attacked by giant monkeys. Top story tonight: the political race. The local political.
I will do it. I can't do this. Let me try it.
Let her try it.
Both candidates for governor were on a boat and it exploded. So that's that.
In related news, a poll was taken of 100 citizens downtown at the time. 100% of those polled said they couldn't care less.
Give a shit.
They couldn't give a shit.
Learn
Shit
it.
being the stuff that comes out of your bum.
3, 2, 1.
In local political news, in local politics, that's not it.
In other news, a co-anchor checks in for rehab. Pictures at 11. You know what? I've had enough of your shit. You just pop those Flintstones on it. There's no problem.
Yeah, well, but they keep me slim. They don't give me a beer belly like you have.
How dare you? How dare you?
And in local news, 2 candidates for governor. No, and in local news.
It's political.
Local
And political news.
And in political news.
Political news. It's political news.
Okay.
Happy 150th birthday to Skeleton. Oh, I mean Joe Skelton.
Well, I have an idea. I think we should just let it roll, and I'm going to say something to you.
Did someone just wet the floor? It sounded like someone peed. Did you hear that?
My memory from Women of a Certain Age on Showtime playing right now, and Martin Downtown Brown from the Damage Control Comedy Crew. We're going to see Carol.
I don't think we ever completed that.
We're going to see Carol next week out here in
Cool.
Florida at Snappers Comedy Club.
Cool.
Snappers.
You'll have to get some footage of that.
I will tape some.
And Sanjay come through.
Yes, I will tape some now.
She's a very famous comedian.
She's funny. We might be having dinner with her as well. Promos, people. What's going on? What's happening? What's everybody doing?
I'm still writing my show. I'm scheduled to have it written by May and performed by September.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Right. Excellent. And
One
Mr. Spinelli, what you got going on, mister?
Well, not much on the comedy front at the moment, but the movie stuff is starting to pick up again.
Good.
The producing and stuff for that. So that's what I've got going on.
Now, are you
more to come?
Can you talk about what? So you guys were actually working on Boiling Point again, right?
Yeah, that's out now actually. And Jay, you're in that movie. You should check it out. Boiling Point. A movie we shot last summer.
Checking out the dolphin in that film, Jay.
Yeah, by the way, no, Jay's really good in it. Check it out. It's on Tubi for free with commercials or Amazon.
Yes,
Prime.
cool.
Yes.
Yes.
Jay's
the DJ at the Winter Circle, where I just performed this past weekend, talked about he loved Night Cops.
All right.
Nice.
Jay was great in that too.
You're giving me a heart attack. You're giving me a heart attack, mister.
Jay plays your typical police sergeant, right?
I do.
He's the jerk,
You
right?
guys,
The jerk
you guys are screwing up.
I am the grumpy guy. And tomorrow I make the big trek to Cocoa Beach, where I will be at Gregory's Comedy Club.
When is it?
Tomorrow night.
What time?
Where?
I should take that banner down so Lauren can actually read the poster.
Right, Jay, are you in the show?
I am.
Right
there's
your
all
photo.
the
Your photo.
information, Lauren, right there.
I'm such a shithead. I know.
Yes. I pretend to ignore you.
That by far is my favorite thing. That when Lauren does that, though, it's so.
So you guys just like as a joke, Jay always posts like his like flyers like this, and then I respond, "When is it?"
Like if
And
it's on Facebook or something.
Yeah. So.
Wait, when is it?
There we go. Right. So I don't say anything because the people that create the posters, I got to protect.
They always respond like, "Hello, it's Thursday at 8." Like the people I know. So
Yeah, I remember Chris Strait when I got down there to George Lopez. He goes, "Can your friend read?" Just throwing it out there. But
wait, George Lopez said that. I know George Lopez.
Yes, I know.
Not the George Lopez, right?
The other one.
The George. Oh, not that George Lopez. I know the real one.
I know the real one, and anyway, it's
the real
one. Says, no, I am my own best audience, I guess.
Yeah. So I told you the time I saw him in Phoenix, we were both starting out, and he goes, "Oh, I love the kung fu bit. That's going to kill in San Francisco." So then I haven't seen him since. So whatever.
I have a picture of me and George. Hold on, I have a picture of me and George Lopez. This is
You do.
Yeah, hold on.
Bring it out.
All right, go to the closet and look for it.
Yeah. And then,
it's in the shoe box on the top shelf.
Oh no.
Yeah, but in my mood light.
Look.
Oh, look at that. Hey, all right.
Hi.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
that's before the kidney.
What happened to Gene? Is he swatting mosquitoes? So speaking of promo,
There
Gene
you
is rebooting a Damage Control classic. What's about that, Gene?
Oh, Spear Squad. Okay. So a long time ago, we did our Reno 911 version of ghost hunting. It's called Spear Squad. So we're going to reboot that because when we shot it, we shot it on, oh my God, tape. Digital tape we shot it on. Oh my God. So it's funny, but now it needs an upgrade to 4K or HD or whatever we want to do. But it was funny. We almost sold it. So if you've seen any good mockumentary, it's a mockumentary style of a ghost hunting group. So just take Reno 911 and just do idiot ghost hunters. And
Love it.
so in the first. So we got that.
Bring out Chris and Lauren.
Right.
Both
Mockumentaries are the best. I love them. We were talking about that last week.
Yeah, let's put you guys in the mockumentary. Hell, I've got
I'd love
plenty
to.
of shit to do. Okay,
Love
so
to do
now
something
we're
like
gonna reboot it in this gothic bar. So we're gonna reboot it. So if you like What We Do in the Shadows, that kind of thing, the new Spinal Tap's coming out. We mentioned last week.
That's right.
So that's my happy place is mockumentaries because I like writing, but I like improv. So when you get in there, and start kind of like you get the improv because you have questions and you get in character. And then so when I sit Jay down and he's in character, I give him an idea of what he needs to say, but I don't tell him exactly what to say. So he kind of ends up making up stuff. So we have this one. Jay's character is what's that?
Ace just asked if you're casting for that.
Oh, absolutely. So come down to the Spookeasy on May 6th. I think, Ace, you're coming down, right? And then that is our filmmaker night where all the local filmmakers come and they show their shorts, or if they have a feature length, we make room for it. And then they just network. And then
cool.
A DP will meet a director, we'll meet a writer, we'll meet a makeup artist, we'll meet a composer. And then that's how we do it. We all hop on each
networking
other's.
is important.
He says he's going to go down there. Okay.
Hey, Lauren, hold up George Lopez again. Where is he?
So Jay's film is going to play Mexican Sky, where Jay plays you're a Texas sheriff, right? Texas sheriff.
I am. Mexican Sky is a great
George
one.
Lopez.
Yep.
Yes, and we're going to have a bunch of other stuff. We will have my mockumentary. It's a short mockumentary, and it's the Jewish Monsters. So it's the original cast of them. So it's the original cast. Yeah, did we watch that last week? But it's the original cast.
They told us about it.
Yeah. So it's the cast that got fired before the other monsters came in, and it was all about Judaism. So that's like a 6-minute mockumentary. So
That's funny though. That's good stuff.
Yes.
That's
I
comedy.
just love that Gene lives this life of creativity. Like,
you got to be creative.
Yeah.
Absolutely. As Gene updates his stuff and gets them finished, we have another thing too, like a more serious kind of a docu-series, but with fiction and like some action, called Narco Attorney. And that should be
Narco Attorney?
Not a
That's
not a comedy.
It's actually serious. Like this. So there's a super hot lawyer. She looks like the She-Hulk. Super hot lawyer girl, and she works with all these drug dealers and narco people. It's crazy. So she tells us all these stories, and she's like, we're going to go down to Guatemala and hang with the ex-president. He was in jail, but he's out now. So we're going to go on a yacht with him out to the Pearl Islands. And I'm like,
he's out now.
As long as we don't die, that's fine. Are we going to die? Let's not die.
Yeah. She's also in the Coast Guard. She's a gun-toting, packing, long-legged blonde, I guess.
I don't know. I just got back from Cancun last week, and the whole city is run by narcos. So
everything.
Yeah.
The whole
we can have a whole like story.
The
about
entire
that.
planet is run by narcos. I mean,
I
it's
know.
ridiculous.
I had an interaction.
Oh, there's always interactions in Cancun.
No, I had an interaction with.
Hold up, meatball.
The pharmacy.
A second.
Ooh, meatball.
There we go.
Oh, meatball.
Meatballs. Chunks.
I feel like I shouldn't probably say a Narcos thing on the public show.
Meatball, you should get royalties for showing your junk in this.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's that
a $2,000 check.
Well, he's no noodle. He doesn't have the same junk.
It's that time, kids.
Yeah,
it's that time.
Oh, what I've learned.
What I've learned.
What have you all learned?
Well, what I've learned is, if you have crystals, don't ask Gene to remove them.
What I've learned is I'm going to get a new job tomorrow. You know what that is.
What I've learned is I don't know shit about editing.
What I've learned is that I still don't know who makes plastic seafood.
Yeah.
Do not know.
Well, there's job.
Some guy who has a company somewhere, and he's rolling in the dough because he's making plastic seafood.
But what I really like is the StreamYard, and I love Jay's comments on.
Yeah.
I'm really loving that. I love that he's learning how to do it.
Yeah, good for you, Jay.
Yay, Jay! It rhymes. And then sometimes I want to know who's saying what on here because it doesn't. I could see it on my phone, but is Meatball
I haven't seen Jay put up any comments though. I see you put up billboards.
Yeah, I put up a ton of comments.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any of them.
Yeah, I mean, is
but
Meatball?
It's because you're a guest. I don't know.
Meatball Italian.
Well,
Yeah,
there's a. It's Meatball Italian. I got it.
Oh, you got that.
Now, you know what's cool, Jay, that you can do? I don't know if you can figure it out over there, but let's say we want to rip on a movie, right?
Sure.
So we could all be. You could put all 4 of us on the left-hand side and the movie on the right, and then we could do Mystery Science Theater 3000 comments.
Oh, that's
Oh,
fun.
I think you. Hey Jay, are you going to be in Florida next Wednesday?
I am.
Oh,
Okay,
look at
I'll
that! See, Jay's the movie. Now
Yeah,
look
look
on
at that.
Jay.
I'll be in Arizona next Wednesday.
So actually, next Wednesday we have to talk about that one because I'm
Okay.
going to be. I'm not sure what the
So
Wi-Fi
maybe no
connection
show.
is where I'm at. So if
It's terrible.
Chris
It's got
might
a
be by
slow
himself.
pace.
Yeah, Chris might be by himself, so we'll have to talk about that.
I don't get this movie
I
over
can
here. I
do
don't
the show from-
understand
I can
this.
do the- I can do the show from Arizona, but
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to be available, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
That's our show.
Yes. Thank you, everybody.
I'm going to end the stream. I don't think you all have to get off.
Yeah.
So
Thanks again, Gene.
Gene is the
No
man.
problem. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you,
You're
Meatball.
welcome.
Gene, we
Great
love
talking
you.
to you.
We love
Great
you.
talking
We
to
love
you
you,
again.
kids. We love everybody.
Thanks,
Okay.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy
Bye.
Wednesday. See you next time.
Happy
Okay.
Wednesday, kids.